You touched upon the fact that it's your second term. Prime Minister Modi is completing his second term, and we're in the middle of a very noisy run-up to the third term elections for Prime Minister Modi. How important is personal chemistry in diplomacy, in building a relationship with countries? And what is your relationship with Prime Minister Modi been like over the past few interactions?
Well, I think that's a very good question because I think it's a very important question. Personal chemistry is very important, and it starts with a fundamental relationship of trust. Of course, countries need to see their interests being aligned. But on top of that, I think if there is a good personal chemistry, we can drive the change at a much faster pace, especially if, as is the case, we're both convinced regarding the strategic nature of this partnership. So without interfering in Indian domestic politics, I think things look pretty good for the Prime Minister in light of the upcoming elections, and I'm sure we'll have an opportunity to meet again soon and to further develop this relationship.
Mr. Prime Minister, we've seen trade relations increasing at a fast pace between Greece and India from 2021 levels of about $615 million. It's now, I think, $1.9 billion in just about 3 years. To what do you assign this growth? Is this the special chemistry relationship, or is it just the economies on both sides?
I think it's the fundamentals of two countries and two economies that are growing and that are now rediscovering their complementarity. And this should not just be about trade itself. We've set a target with Prime Minister Modi to double our trade by 2030. I personally think that this can be achieved earlier. This is also about investments. Investments by Greek companies in India, but investments by Indian company to Greece. I can tell you, having met a lot of Indian business people, that there is tremendous interest by Indian companies to invest in Greece. And I think that this is natural. If you just look at the map, Greece is the obvious entry point for Indian businesses into the European market. And I think after Brexit, Indian companies are looking for a new anchor in Europe, and Greece could very well play that role. The IMEC corridor, which is a visionary, generational project connecting the Indo-Pacific, India, the Middle East, and Europe. Greece has a critical role to play in terms of our logistics infrastructure, our ports, our trains, our energy networks, our data infrastructure. So there is, I think, tremendous complementarity between our two economies. And again, the fact that we both find ourselves on a high growth track makes the opportunities that much more obvious. My job in India is to educate the Indian business community about the opportunities in Greece, and to also educate the general public about the progress that we have made, because a lot of people may still think of Greece as a country with a problematic economy. And that was true maybe 5 years ago, but now the Greek economy is growing at twice the pace of the Eurozone average. Our fiscal position is very strong. We have a lot of European funds that are directed towards Greece to complement private investments. So we have streamlined our processes and made the regulatory environment much more friendly for foreign entrepreneurs. And we already have Indian companies present in Greece. One of your leading airport operators is building the new airport on my home island of Crete. So India is not, we have investments in agribusiness, in pharmaceuticals, and I think this is just the beginning.